Yo, yo. Washing fucking dishes again. Oh boy. It makes me laugh when people um makes me laugh when people publicize their lives, and then when something doesn't work, they're all quiet, and then when people ask them something, they're like, "Oh, yeah, this happened," and well, it's so funny. It's so funny. Like that's why I tell people don't publicize your life. You know, and there's always that one person that publicizes their life and then they regret it, or they probably don't regret it. They probably just say, you know what, I'm just gonna you know, say whatever and just keep lying until maybe a dream comes true. I shouldn't laugh, but it's like it is laughable because people are constantly like, thinking that these dreams of theirs are gonna come true with just them sitting on their ass or getting someone else to do the work for them. Makes me laugh. Like it's so stupid. Like that's why you should just keep quiet about your plans, because you plan, God laughs. Believe that. And that's why I always tell people keep quiet, keep your shit to yourself, keep your plans to yourself. Don't tell people what you're doing. Not too many things. Like you can tell them things, but when it's something like really, really important, it should be private. And then when it happens, you can say, "Hey guys, if you want to say something, you say, hey, I've been working on this here. I haven't said anything to nobody, but now my shit's here. Like, I got this down, and you guys can check it out." Why do things and then you back off from what's going on? It's like if you go into like a chat room every day and you blab and blab and blab about shit that you say you're gonna do and you don't do it, and then a month, 2 months later, you don't even talk about it no more. You know why? Because you look like a fool now. You shouldn't have said nothing. I know people get excited and all that, but you're an adult. Like, if you're over like the age of 35, 40 and above, like shut the fuck up. Like stop talking about your life. Just keep quiet, you know? And I've warned plenty of people that come in here to stop talking about their lives. But I'm talking in general, not just here. Like I spoke to this guy today, and he always says what his plans are, and I'm like, yeah, cool, man, nice. And then none of his plans happen. He says he's gonna do this and says he's gonna do that, and it ends up being absolutely fucking nothing he does. So I just listened to him. He came to say sorry to me, but give me his condolences for Diamond and stuff. And then I'm here listening to this guy, and I'm saying, you just don't give up, do you, buddy? You just like you tell me about all these things, and then you don't do anything. You just talk to hear yourself every fucking time I see you. Just like talk about reality, what you do today for real. You know, like you're drinking a coffee, you're doing this, you're doing that. You know, I just came from this job and I did this or whatever, you know. Talk about real life shit. And people like keep running up their mouth and then nothing happens. It makes you look like a fool and a liar. So you shouldn't be like doing that. Just a lot of people need to keep their mouths shut and just keep doing what they got to do because people can block your blessings when you start running your mouth too much. And some people are like, nah, what's meant to be is meant to be. Exactly. What's meant to be is for your blessings to be blocked until you learn your lesson. But some people don't get it. You know, they just think that it's okay to keep running their mouth all the time and think it's okay for, you know, and everything's going to work out in their favor. I doubt it. So you should always keep your mouth shut. Don't say too much about your life and just work. Mind your business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll tell people shit all the time, you know, about what I did today, what I ate, you know. Right now I'm washing dishes, you know. I had a good day today, you know. I rested for a bit, chilled out for a bit, did a few things, you know, did what I had to do, what I wanted to do to a certain extent. But I planned to do something today and it didn't go according to plan because I had to deal with other people. So it's just the way it goes. But I still got to do, you know, certain things I needed to do. Like just now, I just went into my workshop and just separated some 2x4 so I can make this table for my DJing because I had bought all this wood to build Diamond's box. So I took it all apart yesterday, and then today today I separated all the wood and put everything aside that I need to build the new table for my DJing. I don't need a big table. So I already planned out what I'm going to build, what I'm going to do. Once I get that table, that's a wrap. That is a wrap. I'm going to go live on my DJ channel. I want you guys to join me. Hopefully, you guys will join me. If not, it's cool. I know a lot of people don't really like reggae and probably won't understand what the people are saying because it's all in Jamaican. But I'll translate for you. It's cool. I'm Jamaican, so it's all good. But yeah, it's pretty sad that people publish their lives and then, you know, some people do it in here too. They come in here and they run their mouths about what they're gonna do, what their plans are. And like I've told many people to stop doing that because the people in here don't really give a fuck. And then some people do, like some people really genuinely care and then we help each other because it's something that's in our category or something that's in our you know, field that we do. You know, if somebody needs help with something and oh yeah, I did that, you know. Yada yada yada. So but it's not good to publicize your life all the time, especially in these chat rooms to people that you've never met. Sometimes it's best to just complete the project or complete what you want to do first, and then you can publicize it to everybody and say, hey guys, look, I did this, this, and this. It all worked out. I wanted to, like, you know, keep it to myself. Everybody's going to be like, nobody's going to say, why didn't you tell me? I hate you, you know. People are going to say, oh, really? Oh, wow, that's cool. Like, you know, so happy for you. People ain't going to condemn you or say, like, you know, you're fucked up and I'm telling them. It's not like they're going out with you. Whether they're your mom or your dad's in here. So like just try and like not say too much in these chat rooms. Just keep your shit to yourself. Sometimes it's not good to tell people everything, you know, because you don't really know who these people are. They could be like people that are plotting to get you, you know, or want to see you fall. Too many people run their mouths in here and then they ruin shit. Not in here, but like, you know, some people, but, you know, overall, I'm talking about in general, like people in general shouldn't be running their mouths in these chat rooms too much. And even in regular life, like how I was telling you about my friend this morning, he comes here running his mouth about shit all the time. I'm like, run your mouth about all these things, but I'm still yet to see some type of progress. I ain't seeing nothing yet. I ain't seeing a damn progress yet. I see a bunch of bullshit. That's what I see. You know? And that's why I share my experiences a lot. Because when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to make myself look like a fool and say, hey, look, I'm going to do this. You know, last year I said, you know, I'm going to get back into DJing slowly but surely. I'm going to buy some new equipment. I'm going to practice, and then I'm going to start my own channel, and I'm going to do this, and, you know, and eventually I did it, you know, but certain people just need to just like, if you know you're not going to complete something, then don't say it. If you're not sure, don't say it. Don't like tell people shit, and then that's going to make you look like an idiot and make you look like you're just talking to hear yourself. And when crunch time comes, and that person he needs to get something from you or do something with you, you're going to show your true colors, which is a liar or just a bullshitter, and somebody that's going to be like, well, you know, hey, Paris, how you doing? So sometimes it's just best to keep quiet and not publicize your life too much. It's good to stay quiet and just, you know, keep things to yourself. Say what you want to say. I mean, it's your life. You can say what you want. But my suggestion is not to. Because then when it comes down to like people asking you, hey, what about this and what about that? And you're going to sit there and be like, oh, God, how am I going to explain this? You know, I lied. Or I said this and I, you know, didn't do it. So I look like an idiot. Some people are used to looking like idiots, and some people are used to lying so much that they start something else. They invent another lie, or they invent another bullshit project that they're going to do. You know what I mean? You're good? How was the storm yesterday? Was it bad? You're here, so I guess it wasn't that bad. If you're here, I know you're good, and your electricity's on. Unless you're on your phone. But I hope it wasn't that bad. My day was okay. I went in my workshop and started marking out all the wood that I needed to do my DJ stand. And I took my nephews to golf. And I stayed home and did a few things here. I was going around and just thinking about what else I got to do. Talk to my mom for a while. Prepare dinner. Went and got lunch today. I had lasagna. Oh, no. More than expected. Hopefully it didn't damage anything. Hopefully it's okay. 3 feet of snow. Holy shit. 15 to 30 centimeters was not the right prediction. You gotta love the old weather channel. Great weather channel. We will screw up the weather every time. Idiots. No one can really predict 100% weather like that. They're like psychics, you know. They can predict certain things you'll never really know. being the weather person and a psychic, you have to be pretty much good to go. You got to be right on. That's hardly happening. You got 3 feet of snow. That's crazy. That's a lot of damn snow. Here it was a beautiful day today. It was like 60 something degrees, 68 degrees, I think it was today. And the moon is, I just posted up on my Instagram. The moon is beautiful tonight. It's huge. And it's like coming up on the east side there. And it's like super big. Apparently it's a Cancer moon. So I think I saw Steve Judd, my astrologer guy, say that today. And I'm 4 feet 10 inches like a pyramid. I know, right? So you better not go outside. You might sink in there and get caught. You know, us short people, we can't really go out in this type of weather. At least you're okay. At least you're safe. At least it didn't do any damage. That's good. My nephew goes back to Toronto on Sunday, back to school. One of my nephews, the nephew that's in Toronto, he's going back to school on Sunday. And next week, Friday, a week today, my other nephew goes back to England, back to the UK. And my other youngest nephew, he goes back to high school on Monday. Oh, mercy. I had lasagna for lunch today. It was so freaking good. I've never had lasagna from this place. I just felt like eating lasagna for some reason. I saw it there and I was like, damn, this looks good. I was like, I don't feel like eating all this food for lunch though. So I'll just take like a little square just to try it because it might be like, you know, shitty. Man, that was the best lasagna I've ever ate. I'm still like burping it up. But it didn't make me sick or anything. It actually was really, really good. I was shocked on how good it was. So I'm glad I made the choice to get it. So that's what I had for lunch today. Nice lasagna and some vegetables. It's like this buffet type of place. You just pick what you want and they weigh it and then you pay for it. It was cool. It was a nice it was a very nice place and a very nice lasagna. Yeah. You gotta go back to work on Monday, yeah. Well, I've been working here and there. I worked yesterday, not worked literally, but you know, like I took apart Diamond's area yesterday. That was pretty painful, but I had to do it. But yesterday was a holiday, but you wouldn't think so. People around here must have been like, what the hell is Mark doing? Well, Mark had to take down all the shit because all the stuff so that way the rain doesn't destroy it. And I can reuse the wood now to build me a DJ table. Nice little table so I can DJ on. Put my computer on, laptop, whatever. My equipment. So, yeah. I'm going to have fish tonight with homemade fries. Yeah, I should be I'm going to work on it this weekend. I already worked on it today. I worked on it today for a bit and measured everything. And got everything put aside to cut it. I need to cut everything tomorrow. I didn't do it today. I just wanted to measure everything and then cut everything tomorrow. I didn't feel like cutting anything today. I just felt like just measuring things, measure it, mark it all out, get it ready, and just go from there. Got some potatoes. Chop up these potatoes. Okay. My nephew is leaving now to go to happy hour with his friends. I remember those days 30 years ago. You had stew today? Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm going to make homemade fries, and I'm going to make some. I already have the fish marinade. My sister should be home soon. I'll probably start at like 7. It's like 6:15 now, almost. My sister says she's leaving work now and walking to the car. Yeah, I remember those days good. Well, usually I was a DJ at, these parties, so I still drank and I still, did what I had to do. I still enjoyed myself, People would get me drinks. People will come up to me and give me drinks. I used to smoke cigarettes like an idiot back then, and weed and alcohol. But yeah, thank God my nephew doesn't smoke cigarettes. He hates it because his dad used to do it. So he says, I'm never going to smoke like that guy. I say, please don't, because I used to do it too, and it's not good. I said, don't smoke. I stopped 8 years ago, and I won't do it ever again. And just don't do it. It's not good for you. So they usually do what I tell them. Yeah, exactly. I don't know how I got home some nights, honestly. I was pretty bad back then. Like my body, I couldn't handle alcohol and smoking cigarettes and weed every day. Like I couldn't handle it all the time. So there was times where I overdid it. I was like, how the fuck am I gonna get home? Then I'll turn it down a bit. I'll go get something to eat. It was like there's this place here in Bermuda, like it's open like 24/7 almost. Doesn't close till like maybe 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So we would go there after the party and go get something to eat so we could sober down a bit. So that worked. But he's a good kid. He doesn't get drunk or he doesn't want to. He doesn't really like alcohol, but he says he'll have one drink and that's it. Just to like be sociable and stuff. So I said, do what you want, man. Just like, just understand that, you're doing something that's, legal, but it can be illegal when you ride or drive, So remember, it's not something that's, glorified in our family. Nobody in our family really like drinks and gets drunk and gets stupid and shit. Nobody really does that in my family. I was the only one back then, really. My brother got drunk a few times. I've seen him. But yeah. All right, let me see if this is going to be enough potatoes just for the three of us. My sister, me, and my youngest nephew are going to eat French fries and fish. I love this French fry cutter. It's so nice. Does everything. perfectly. Right. Yeah, I don't know how I did it. I mean, I played music in those pubs so many times, and I used to get so frustrated playing music out there, here at those pubs, and again, at the end of the night, it got really rowdy and drunk, and people used to really aggravate me. I used to get in, like, a lot of verbal arguments and fucking people off, and then the security will come and be like, "Okay, Mark, look, chill out. We'll take care of it. We'll take care." I said, "Look, that guy spills a drink on my equipment, I'm gonna beat his ass. So you better go get him. You better deal with him. Get him far away from me. You spill that shit on my equipment, I'm gonna beat your fucking ass in front of everybody." So it was annoying to deal with drunk people all the time. So I never wanted to be drunk because drunk people annoyed me when I DJ. That's why I'm so glad I'm not gonna do that shit. I don't want to do it no more in public. I don't want to do it ever again in public, to be honest. But I might just do like something for like a couple minutes just to come out at a public place for, and just chill. Play some music for like half an hour or something like that. I'll see. But I doubt it. Because I really don't want to deal with stupid people. Well, we'll see. You never know. Never say never. That one was hard. Shit. All right. That's pretty much it. That'll be enough. Anything I don't like about it is it like shreds the little ones and you have to throw them away. Well, yeah. I mean, that's the main reason why I want to do it, because it's going to keep me occupied. It gives me something else to do than this, which I need. And plus, I love it to death. I love doing it. Ever since I've been back into it, I've been really happy to get involved in it again. Yeah, I've been really blessed in the DJ world with my friends helping me out lately. They've been talking to me, letting me know what equipment to buy, what computer to deal with, what program to use. So I don't have to like go through the trials and tribulations of finding out on my own and fucking up. So, and my friend is graciously, I got an external hard drive. I got a new one. And he says he's going to come by tomorrow and come pick it up. And he's going to put all the music on that I missed out on. He's going to put all that stuff up from the last 10 years. It's a lot of music. And I said, look, I got this external hard drive. We'll take it all. So I bought that, and he's going to come get it. And he says it's going to take a few days, and then he'll load it up for me. And, I'll have all the music that I need, which would be wonderful. So that's very nice of him to do that for me. He's been a good friend of mine for a long time. He's also a DJ like me, but he's not a hater like that. He's always been there helping me and stuff. So he's a good guy. So he's making sure that I have everything I need. He's excited because him and I, we DJ together a lot. So he's like, if you go back into it, I am too. And I was like, well, I need this, and this. And he goes, okay, well, I got all of that. And I was like, well, if you can get me some more music, so that way I'm more than prepared when I go out there or when I play online, I have everything I need, because I have a lot, but I need like the shit that I missed. I really stopped altogether, So that's what I'm gonna do. What? You said, yo, I make edits on cars. Can I get a car for an edit? I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea. I don't have a car to edit in a car or anything like that what you're talking about. You're in the wrong place. I ain't got no time to be dealing with you, buddy. You're a weirdo. I ain't talking about it. You're fucking something wrong with you. Go away. You spent 5 minutes just to subscribe so you can listen to me tell you go away. What the fuck you talking about? See the damn cars around here? Weirdo. I got rid of them. I ain't listening to that. I don't need nobody aggravating me. One thing I can't stand about people like that, you waited 5 minutes to subscribe and come in here, right? Because it's on subscribers mode, and then you say the stupidest shit just to get deleted. So you just wasted 5 minutes of your day to get deleted. Just to say stupid ass shit that don't make no sense. All right there, buddy. Oops. You do what you gotta do, bro. Not gonna aggravate me. I'm not in the mood for bullshit. I've been through too much this week to be dealing with trolls and idiots. I ain't got no time for that shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, very weird. I ain't got no time for weirdos. None. I ain't got no time for weirdos and weirdos. Yeah, exactly. Name your own damn car and go edit your own shit on your own channel. Well, some people have, mental issues, so we'll just have to excuse him for now. Because it seems like he was like not understanding what he was doing. Could be a little kid or something, or it could be just some idiot. You never know. I ain't got no time for that. I ain't got no time to be playing games or talking about bullshit. Just leave me alone. I wash my dishes and now I'm getting my dinner prepared, and I don't have time to be talking about cars. I got my own car to deal with. It's not easy, Paris. It's not easy. It is not easy. Okay. Get everything ready to roll. Okay. That's good. Well, at least the storm didn't affect you too much, and you're here and you have power. If you stay inside, you'll be good. What did you get for Christmas? Anything like, spectacular? Anything you wanted? Ugh, That's me. Yeah, the wind is the biggest problem for us here too. That's good. Let me skip these ads here. I'm gonna ask my nephew and my sister when do they want me to start. The heck is that shit? All right, cool. We just get together and get mom and dad a gift from all three girls. We do, and we do gifts for us. Okay, cool. That's nice. That's cool. Yeah, I just, like I said, my sister gave me a hoodie and a tumbler coffee cup. And then I didn't really get them anything because they didn't really, because I get so much shit for them all the time that we don't really get gifts anymore. But they got me those two things. And then last night I paid for dinner and I told them that go ahead. Okay, cool. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I didn't get anything for the boys or my sister this year because I told them that we've been getting shit for each other all throughout the year. And I said the best gift is food or taking you guys to dinner. So last night I paid for dinner. And I said, here's your Christmas present. And then tomorrow night, I'm finally going to have lobster with my mom and my sister. And that's going to be my mom and my sister's like gift from me too. And then I'm going to buy a pizza for my nephew as well. So yeah, I pretty much treated myself this year. Well, this Christmas, I bought two shirts. I bought the DJ equipment. I bought a pair of sneakers. I bought a laptop that I'm on right now. And that's pretty much it. And a lobster. So yeah, that's what I did pretty much. I just, you know, bought myself something. And I finally got my inheritance and stuff, like I said, this last month. And it's all in my account. It's all nice to see in there. So now I have extra money, which is great. And so does everybody else. All my siblings got money, the same amount of money and stuff. So we're all happy that we got some money so we can, be more financially stable. So I thanked my aunt and uncle once again in spirit for doing that. Very generous of them to give us something. That's nice. So yeah. So I got a good bit, even though my dad and Diamond died, which was bad for me and devastating for me. I like I said, I cried more when Diamond died than my dad because I was with Diamond like every single day. She lived with me for 4 years. So it's like I cried when my dad died, but it was more of a shock. It wasn't really like an emotional cry like I had with Diamond. It's like with my dad, it was just I cried at the funeral, obviously, and I cried when it all went down, and I was just in shock the whole time. I just couldn't believe it was happening. Like I didn't think it was real. And then like probably the day after, I probably cried again about my dad. And then when I watched the following game on TV, I cried again for a bit. Nothing serious, but I'm a human being. I have emotions, and these things happen. But yesterday I cried a lot when I was taking down Diamond's, fence and box and all that. I was pretty much crying the whole time. That's I've seen her like every single day for like 10 years, almost 11 years straight, every single day. And she's been here with me for the past 4 years, every single day. So it's difficult to, it's more of an emotion dealing with my dog than dealing with my dad. That's the notification to say that my sister's home. Yeah, I mean, nobody likes to really cry, but I know I certainly don't. But yesterday, it poured out of my eyes. I couldn't even hold it back. Just like taking all that stuff apart and going every time I go over there, every day I go over there now and she's not there, I started to tear up and just be like, and then today I tried to make like a calendar with all her on every month and it didn't work. It was like, I got a little emotional and I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this right now. I'll probably do it later or something. You know? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But, and I think at my dad's funeral, like I kind of held back from crying so people won't see me cry. I got a lot of pride when it comes to that. But afterwards, I did, and before I did. And I don't know, sometimes it hasn't even set in right. It just doesn't feel like it's real. But it's life. It's life. Okay, good. Yeah, exactly. Same here. Same here. Okay. Everybody wants me to start the fish now. So I'm going to. My nephew and my sister are hungry. I am too. So I'm going to go ahead and start cooking. It's cooking time. Alrighty. That's the oil. Let me crank her up. There we go. Hey, love and life, how you doing? Happy New Year to you too. How's it going? Yeah, I'm about to cook some food, but I'm gonna stay live, dude. I'm not gonna go anywhere because it's still gonna be a while before I finish all of this. I might as well just talk to you guys while I cook. If you guys want to hang out, it's cool. I don't mind. I'm making homemade fries and fish. Homemade fries and fish. That good shit. There we go. My New Year was so-so. Nothing to really celebrate after all the things that's happened. Kind of just stayed online. I was online right through midnight and just chilling out with everybody here. And I just went to sleep. This week's been not good. So at least now it's a lot better, but still not good. But it could be worse. Could be worse. But I'm alright. I'm alright though. All is good. I try not to complain. Well, I don't know if you know, but I had to put down Diamond on Monday, so she's no longer with us. So my family's kind of like, you know, feeling my pain. I'm kind of like blah. I'm still like, yeah. I'm still like I don't even know what I want to do with myself. Yeah, I was here for 2 hours from 10 o'clock to midnight. Yeah. Yeah, love and life. I on Saturday night, Diamond wasn't doing too good. And then Sunday she got worse. And then Monday she was just completely like, you know, fucked. It's like she wasn't even moving. She only moved her head. She couldn't lift herself up. She couldn't do anything. So one of the doctors said that she possibly could have had a stroke because she was so stiff. Another doctor said that she probably had cancer and, you know, he was eating away at her. And there's a lot of little scenarios, but I know her better than anybody. And I knew that she was pretty much on her way out already. I kind of felt it. I kind of saw her deteriorating every day. She could barely walk. And when she fell in the pool that day, I think it pretty much destroyed her. Or she was like at that stage where she couldn't see or hear, or you know, she's like days from the medication and stuff. And so anyway, Monday afternoon, I made the decision with my sister. My sister didn't want to put her down, and neither did I. But I said, "Look, we can't. This dog can't live like this. She's just laying here and peeing herself. I have to wash her every 5 minutes. I literally had to lift her up and roll her over and wash her like her behind and the piss that was all over. I can't let her be like that, you know. I'm not gonna watch her piss herself every fucking 5 minutes. That's just bullshit. So she was like completely like just stiff. Like when we moved her, her arms didn't move, her legs didn't move. It was just like sticks. Like no bending, no nothing. Like it was the worst feeling I've ever felt in a long time since my other dog died too, like, you know. So when my first dog died after 15 years, that was the worst day of my life. And then my dad died, that was the worst day of my life. And now Diamond died, now that's the worst day of my fucking life. Because I've been with her like 24/7 for years, like, you know, almost 11 years I've been with her. And the last four, we've been very, very close. She's pretty much lived with me for 4 years straight. And the last 2 weeks, she didn't live with me. She lived outside in the box that I built for her because the doctor said she's better off outside on the grass so she can get up and she won't, like, if she falls on the tile, she's gonna hurt herself. She might break a bone or pull out her back from sliding all over the tile. She goes, you have to put her outside. I know you don't want to, but you have to. And I was like, all right, cool. So I built her a box. She still was on medication and stuff, but she just got worse and worse and worse and worse. So that's probably the worst thing that's happened, you know. Okay, Paris, you watched it yesterday, so you must have had a good laugh then. Thanks, love and life. I appreciate you, friend. I really appreciate, you know, you saying that. Yeah, exactly. She came to me in spirit with a voice, and the voice spoke for her and said some things which I don't want to say on here because I don't want to say it, but it was all positive things and all good things, obviously. You know, I asked for her forgiveness because I didn't want to put her down, but it was no other choice. She was gonna die anyway. If we didn't take her to the vet that day, she probably would have died later on that afternoon or later on that night because it was like bad, really, really bad. And I know that dog. I've never ever seen her like that in my life, and it hurts so much to know that she was in all that pain and all that like you're laying there and you're just peeing yourself constantly, and then she got up one more time. And then she just fell right back down, and I'm like, "Yep, that's it." I called my sister. I'm like, "Look, I can't take this shit no more. I love this dog so much, but we have to put her down today. Today has to be the day." And the day we put her down, it was her ex husband's birthday, so she didn't want to do it. She wanted to wait. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck if it's his birthday or not. She didn't like his dumb ass anyway. He abused her and disrespected her. So who cares? Hopefully she haunts him in spirit. But I told her I don't give a fuck what day it is or whose birthday it is. She has to get put down today. I'm not gonna let her suffer anymore. But it's my sister's dog, so it has to be her choice, to sign the paper because I don't own the dog. My sister does. So I said, look, we're gonna do the best thing we possibly can. We have to do this. You know. And she goes, yeah, I. And then when my sister came from work, she knocked off at 1 o'clock and came home. And then the vet said you can bring her at 1:30. So when my sister saw her, she was like, yeah, she's even worse than yesterday. And I'm like, exactly. We there's nothing we can do. If she's laying here in her own piss, what does that tell you? She's not gonna get better. I've tried. The last 3 months we've been giving her meds. I've changed her life. What the fuck more do you want me to do? She's finished. There's nothing else we can do. So I did everything I could, to keep her alive, but it just from one day to the next, I honestly feel like she had a stroke or something like that. For her body to be completely numb like that, it's because she like how a stroke paralyzes you. That's how she was. Because we had to carry her everywhere. We put her in like this big sheet and we had to carry her because she couldn't get up no more. The last probably 5 hours that she was living, she could not get up. She could not like function. Her whole body shut down. The only thing that was working was her head. She was going like that in her eyes. That's it. And Lord knows if she didn't wag her tail, nothing. It was completely like she was completely dead, pretty much. That was the worst feeling in the world to see her like that, because she doesn't keep still. Even though she was like all fucked up, she don't keep still. And for her to be like numb like that, I knew it was over. So making that decision is very hard, but I'm not gonna watch her like, completely die like that. Hell no. That's not happening. I love her too much to see her suffer like that. That's not happening. So, long story short, she's gone. And I'm devastated. I'm not really happy at all, obviously. I know my life is going to change now, too. My life is going to be very different without her. So, and that's okay, I know life is good the way it is. It's already different without my dad. So without her, it's even worse. Now my two favorite people, well, my two favorite beings that I was with all the time are now gone. My dad and my dog were in this apartment more than anybody else, Watch games together. Now I watch games alone. Nobody wants to watch the games with me. Nobody cares. Which I'm fine. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? I don't have to have somebody aggravating watching videos of me anyway, so I'm good. I appreciate it. Love and life, I appreciate it. Yeah. Well, as you know, on here, she slept all the time, and everybody was always laughing because she was snoring. She was like the highlight of this channel sometimes. Sometimes this channel just revolved around her, you know? Sometimes this channel revolved around her. It was all about her. I talk about her day and night. I would put the camera on her and she'd be like looking at me and everybody be laughing and shit. At least I have all the memories of her on here and lots of pictures. I want to make a calendar with her. I need to I found a program online. I'm gonna use that and then make my own calendar and stuff and put pictures up every month and shit. But yeah, I miss her terribly. I miss her a lot. I really do. It's like I feel so empty without her. Yeah, exactly. Her snoring. Yeah, I feel very empty. I had to dismantle her box yesterday, and it was a holiday yesterday, and I didn't even give a fuck. I went outside. I waited till like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I just dismantled her box, the whole all the fence. I built it 2 weeks ago, and it's all gone now. I had to dismantle everything. So I wanted to preserve the wood that I bought. So I took it all apart before the winter weather destroyed it. So I took it all apart and put it in my workshop so it doesn't get damaged anymore. So I'm gonna make a DJ table for my equipment. So I'm not. It's not gonna go to waste. So, but at least I got her to be in my workshop with me this whole year. It was so nice. Yeah, she would snore so loud that I would be like, "Yo, hold on, guys, I can't even concentrate. This damn dog snoring so fucking loud." And I had to wake her up and be like, "Yo, you need to shut up. Yeah, I'm gonna throw your ass outside." I gotta find some of those videos so I can laugh. But I don't think I'm ready to watch all that stuff yet because I don't want to keep breaking down, crying every 5 minutes. But yesterday was very bad. I cried a lot. Yesterday was probably the most I've cried in a long, long, long time. Being there where she was, taking apart everything, taking apart all that stuff, it was just heartbreaking. Just looking around and thinking that she's there. Ever since my brother-in-law left, my ex-brother-in-law, left this house, she's been so much calmer and better. It's like the devil left and she's all excited, right? Because she's like, yeah, good, this bastard used to beat me, now he's not here. And then when I rearranged that my workshop, I said to her, please hold on. I grabbed her one day and I laid down next to her. I said, please, Diamond, hold off until, don't die yet, because I want you to be here in my workshop with me and watch me work. And I'm gonna hook you up with a bed, and you're gonna see me work, and you can chill out with me all day and every day. And thank God it happened. At least I got my wish, because I always said that I would love to have my dog in my workshop watching me, work. And then the first time I DJ'd this last year, a couple months ago, I DJ'd for the first time on TikTok, and she was there with me too. So I wanted her to see me play music and be a part of it, be a part of my TikTok, DJ channel at the time. So I went on there like a couple times and she was in there with me, sitting in her bed. The music didn't even bother her. She would just look at me like, this guy's doing and making all this damn noise over here. But it never bothered her. She never wanted to leave or I guess she liked the music, or maybe she didn't hear it as loud because she was half deaf. But yeah, so many good memories and so many pictures I've taken of her over the years. I went to look at all the videos of me teasing the shit out of her and doing funny shit together. It's just hard, you know. It's hard to even fathom that she's gone. It's so fucked up. Within 2 months, I lost my dad, my friend to suicide, and I lost Diamond, all in 2 months. Can't believe it. Just like that, poof, gone. Two of my neighbors died this last year. One from suicide and one from like diabetes. People that I saw every day of my life growing up. People that I talked to, hung out with. You know, it's so fucking weird. I was telling the girl at the restaurant today when I went to get lunch. She knows me and she's like, "You all right, honey?" I said, "No, not really." "Oh, you didn't have a good New Year's?" I said, "No, it's nothing really to celebrate." And I told her what happened. And she told me that her uncle is my friend. It's like, "Oh, you know that guy?" I said, "Yeah, that's my boy." "Oh, really?" "Oh, that's my uncle." I said, "Oh, well, my condolences to you." But yeah, that was my friend. And I explained to her. And she believed me afterwards because I explained to him who he was and where he lived and where I lived. It's a small world. But yeah, it's crazy. Death is not something that people deal with very well, but I'm pretty good at dealing with it. It just hurts. I lost my pretty much my baby, my best friend, my dog, all in one. Lost my dad, my friends. A lot of my friends died this year, neighbors. It's just fucking bullshit, man. It's just not good. It's annoying, but it's nothing we can do. For me, it's different because I have him in spirit, and I know that it's different for me. So, which is fine, but it still hurts. It's still fucked up, but whatever. It's life, life and death. This picture that I took of her right here. This was probably like 2 weeks ago. She was standing up straight in the yard. She was looking at me. She was like, "Where you going?" You can see how her face, how she's all like her face is all white. But that was probably like the last time that she stood up straight like that. That was about 2 weeks ago. Oh well, such is life. Same shit, different day. Oh, you never seen her? Yeah, I got tons of pictures of her. She's beautiful. She's such a good dog. This is me and her about. She was probably like about maybe 5 years old right there. She was looking right in the camera too, like a dopey dog with her tongue out. This was December 17th, so this was like what's today, the second? This is like 2 weeks ago. She was watching me eat my food. And if you look closely, like her nose is all like wet, and like she was like looking at me as if to say, "You gonna give me some French fries, bro?" She was so hilarious. This is the box that I built for her. I built her this big ass box. so she could be outside up against the wall there. This is her in her box. That was like a couple days before she passed away. But yeah, she had a nice box. I built a nice box for her. She was doing good. It sucks, man. I did all that work. This is her in my workshop. She was laying on the bed in my workshop, and then she goes to that towel there. I have so many pictures of her and so many things. I have like a shit ton of pictures. You're damn right she did. And that's what everybody told me. Everybody kept reassuring me that I was doing the right thing, that I did the right thing. It's not my fault. I have to do it. I did it for her. I understand all of that. It's just, you don't want it to happen. You get to a point where you're like, I don't want it to happen. I don't want it. I know I did everything I could, but, you know, like I said, it's nothing that I can do, really. I did everything I could. And at the time, you get frustrated because you think you could have done more, or you wish you can hear her voice and her say to you, hey, look, I want to go now, or hey, I can get better, or things like that. But, not nobody lasts forever. I had to just do what I had to do. And I'm glad I did it because I hate seeing her. I hate seeing her suffer like that. I can't take that shit anymore. That was one of the worst feelings I've ever had, recently in my life, is seeing her like go through that. That broke my heart, like to see her all fucked up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I did what I had to do, and at the end of the day, I know I did the right thing for her and myself and for everybody. And there's nothing else I can do but just, you know, pray that she pray that she's in a good place, which I know she probably is. She never was a bad, you know, evil dog or something, but she could be. She was a pain in my ass. I wanted to kill her plenty of times, but we all have that experiences with people. Our parents, our siblings, our animals, co-workers, bosses. We get mad at people. We can't be happy all the time, right? There were some days where I wanted to, you know, beat the shit out of her, but obviously I didn't. But she was a very stubborn and ignorant dog. She didn't take orders too well. But towards the end, I'm talking about in the beginning of her life. Like towards the end, she was very nice. She was like very, like calm. She was a lot calmer than she. Ever since my brother-in-law left this house, my ex-brother-in-law, she was so much better. She was like a different animal, a completely different dog. So much so where you're looking at her like, this is crazy. This dog just did it like a 360. So at least she had a good sending off. At least she ate Christmas dinner. I gave her all this leftovers like mac and cheese and turkey, and even the day she passed away, she had rice and turkey. So she ate very well. She was a big dog. She was 79 pounds. So she was a big dog, and she ate well. So at the end of the day, I know that you know the right thing was done. I had to do it, and she doesn't have to suffer anymore. Unfortunately, sometimes you got to do things you don't want to do, even though it's for the best for someone else. But I wish I had her back. I wish she didn't die, and I wish she was still here. But that's not possible. But it's all good. I understand what life is. I think my dad's death prepared me for it too. So you know that definitely prepared me for it. Got me prepared to deal with her. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. That's what my sister said. Because my sister was telling her when she was, ready to go get put down. My sister was like, "Mark's naughty. I know he was fucking you off for a long time because you were being naughty too. You're both naughty. But now you can go in peace now." I'm like, "Gee, thanks. I wasn't naughty. I was just frustrated because I couldn't do anything for her. You know, I was sick and tired of like changing my life and hers, and nothing was working. I remember like a month ago, I had to change the way the water bowl was here, just so she would like not hurt herself or like having this obsession with drinking water. You know, that's how like obsessive and weird she was. And what it was, she was drinking all that water because she was sick. She had to drink that water. So, but yeah, that's all good. It's all good. I'll be all right. Oh, I know. That's for sure. That's for sure, love and life. That's for sure, my friend. But it's all good. I've come to terms with it more now because I know that everybody's been reassuring me because I doubt myself sometimes if I really made the right decision or like, should I have, put her down or whatever. Should I have tried something else? But there really isn't nothing else. It's pretty much nothing else I can do. That's a wrap. So, anyway, such is life. Sucks. Sometimes when I look at her pictures now, I just start laughing. You know, and I'll just catch myself and be like, "This fucking dog." You know, you put me through some bullshit, you little bitch. And I start laughing to myself. And I'm like, she was so annoying, but so cute. Like she was so cute that you couldn't even fuck her off sometimes. But she'll look at you and she'll be like not even knowing that she's pissing you off. That's how she was. Like she'll piss me off so much and then I'll start laughing. Yeah, I will. I'll be alright. I got you guys, to help me go through it. Anyway, I'm gonna head out because I'm almost finished. I'm gonna go enjoy my fish and chips. But I will see you. I'll be back on tonight, bro. I'll be back on tonight. Probably in like another hour and a half. I'll be back. I shall be back. Yeah, exactly. I definitely do. That's for sure. All right, take care. I'll see you guys later. Ciao.